You don't have to be a rocket scientist to save money, despite all the people that say it's so hard, it's so hard. Honestly, let's talk about some common sense, upcoming money saving ideas that are tried and true, have worked, do work, and always will work. And I'll be right back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy weekend, actually. Yeah. The weekend is here. How's everybody doing these days? Especially now, getting a little busier, getting ready for the Thanksgiving holiday up and coming. It will be here before we know it. Let's talk about a few common sense money saving ideas that are tried and true and actually really do work. Number one, how much money do you spend each month at the ATM? Paying exorbitant fees when you're out of network. Ooh, Some of those fees are outrageous. A lot of times people forget about those fees. They're a lot of money. And if you add it up over time, especially if you take out, sometimes people take out these teensy tiny amounts of money, okay? And then they realize, that's not going to hold me. Then a week later, they go back to that ATM, pay more exorbitant fees, take another amount of teensy tiny money, take out enough to hold you. Okay, take out enough to keep on your person for at least 2 to 3 weeks, if not the month. Narrow it down to once a month ATM fee and try to do it within your own network. Next, do not shop while you're upset. A lot of times people take out their emotions with their wallets. Let's say they had an argument with somebody, a neighbor or family member or whatever, and then they're like huffing and puffing and storming their way. They get over to the grocery store, rah, 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 or whatever, with that grumpy face going on and everything. They're just taking stuff off the shelves and throwing them in their shopping grocery cart, not even blinking an eyelash, mindlessly, because their mind is still like on that like argument from a few minutes earlier. No, do not shop when you're upset or when you cannot focus. And then like you mindlessly get over to the cash register and put out your money, and then you go home and go, why did I buy this? No, do not shop when you're upset. I'm telling you. Hey, here's a novel idea. Are you sitting or standing? Make your own coffee. What? Oh no, not the coffee story. Yeah, the coffee story. I still pay a quarter a day for my cup of coffee. So even if I wanted 4 cups of coffee throughout the day, and normally I would say I usually do not go past 2 cups of coffee a day. I'm only spending 50 cents a day, $3.50 a week, and still getting 2 cups of coffee every single day. Some people don't even spend 350 but spend $6 on a cup of coffee per day. That means they may be spending upwards of over 40 bucks a week just to drink coffee. Let's think about it. Me at $3.50 for 7 days, and some people at 40 or 42 bucks a week. Wow. Then they're the same ones that go, gee, I can't save. Why can't I save? Almost humorous, but not quite. All right. Compare grocery prices. I know it takes a little effort. It does. But these days, there are apps that you could just check out other stores just by sitting at home or anywhere else you are and have access to at a website. So you could do price comparisons right at home. You could do price comparisons anywhere just by checking online. You don't necessarily always have to drive around every single store. You could do that in conjunction with getting around to some of the stores, okay? I do think it is worth it to know that other stores have other things that you could get at better prices. And it just may be the kind of thing that you want to consolidate your trips into one trip, let's say one day out of the week. I'm just saying. How about making your own cleaning supplies at home? That's That's another novel idea, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like working with, white vinegar, uh, good quality dish liquid. Put those two things together, you got a great spray clean. You really, really do. And just simple water with dish liquid also works. Yeah, yeah, yeah. On certain items, yep. Look up other slightly more elaborate recipes if you want for making home cleaners. That adds up. If you're the type of person that spends a ton of money on cleaning, I mean, seriously, it adds up. Every little bit helps. That's a concept. Never forgetting that every little bit helps, and it really, really does add up. Check your bank statements as much as you can. I mean, sometimes there's an error. There's a thing that comes up, then you're looking at it and you're going, what? What is this transaction? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It pays to be aware and track your records. Just takes a couple of minutes. Do it every day or so for like maybe 5 minutes every day. Do a fast glance. All right. It's important to stay updated and to make sure that nothing weird is going on. Kindle. You take advantage of Kindle of free ebooks whenever you can, whenever possible. I myself need to take more advantage of that. I'm just saying. So instead of buying a book, maybe I could just get it for free. There you go. I'm just saying. Meal planning. Haha, that's one of my favorites. A lot of people make such a big fuss about meal planning. They think it's like this like huge project. Don't do it that way. Just think of it in a simplistic manner. For example, buy a few of your favorite proteins that you and your family are definitely going to use and enjoy. Work around the sales. Let's say your favorite protein happens to be chicken. Well, work around the sales. Stock up and save. That's what I'm referring to when I say meal planning. Not Monday I'll eat spaghetti, Tuesday I'll have meatloaf. No, I'm not saying that. Although, totally up to you if you feel like writing that kind of a list and have that running list ready for your family to know. That's an individual thing. But when I say meal planning, I mean component planning. What kind of proteins are you going to stock your refrigerator or freezer with? What kind of, let's say, vegetables and fruit are you going to stock up and get? And canned goods for your longer term stockpile or even for daily use. You have to know. It pays to be familiar with your own stockpile. Am I right or am I right? Next, check on your subscriptions. What do you use? What don't you use? What maybe might have been relevant to you to use a year ago has makes absolutely 0 sense in your life right now, which is what happens in many cases. Okay. So if that's the case, then that's the thing you eliminate and get rid of. That's the thing you get rid of. So check out what you need or don't need for subscriptions. Okay. So this is, really important. It's like common sense, simple, but it works. It works. Here's another one. Old fashioned, tried and true. How about washing your own car once in a while? What? Washing my own car in 2024 going into 2025. Yeah, here's a novel idea. Wash your own car. Whoa, that's too much work. Well, maybe you can make a fun project out of it for you and your older kids or whatever it is. But these are little ways where we're leaking money. Car washes can be expensive, and of course the tips that go with it. I'm just saying. I'm not saying do it every single time, but maybe instead of going to the car wash 4 times a month, if that's what you do, knock it down to 2 times a month. Just using that as an example, and wash your car in between. Another novel idea, write a budget. What? Yes, yes, yes. Some people think, I don't need a budget. I know everything. I'm sorry. I think everyone needs a budget. I think everyone needs it in order to keep track of things, to keep track of expenses. But that's just the way I feel about it. Let me know in the comments section below what you feel about budgeting. Is it important to write a budget, plan a budget, or it really is not necessary? Let me know what you think. Let me see. Automating savings is really helpful. It's like kind of like a set it and forget it, even if it's a small amount. Let's say that once a month you have $100 deducted once a month from your income source, okay? That's only $25 a week. Look at it like that. Take that $100 and $25 a week, literally. So, but if you automate that and plan for it ahead, you'll get so used to working with that number that you normally get minus the 100. You're not even ever going to feel the pinch. Think about it. Like I said, kind of sort of like a set it and forget it kind of deal. Listen, I could go on and on with more money saving tips, and maybe I'll do just that in a few days. But I want to let you know that all of us can do these things. The problem is many of us find excuses or we lack patience, okay? I do believe in incremental savings that truly add up, but that requires patience. But if you're a slow saver or a lower income person, things take a little longer. It just takes patience. I know one thing for sure. I would never want to be in debt. I live a debt-free life. I like living a debt-free life. Isn't that one of your goals? Let it become a reality for some of you who are listening, who are bombarded with, debt situations. I wish everyone the very, very best of luck and have a great remainder of the weekend. Take good care of yourself, your lovely family, and please don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe.